In 1787, 45 American colonists gathered in Philadelphia in a constitutional convention. Their objectives were independence and self-governance, and they achieved both. The Declaration of Independence was a powerful statement of the right of self-governance. The first 10 amendments to the Constitution, what we call the Bill of Rights, is, in my view, the most concise and eloquent statement ever written of the right of the individual to be free from oppression by government. Those ideals distinguished our nation from the very beginning, and they appealed to people all around the world. That appeal was especially high in the aftermath of 9/11, when there was widespread sympathy for the American people and identification with us and with our values. Sadly, that has largely dissipated. Our power is the greatest it's ever been, but our standing in the world now is the lowest it's ever been, a reality which should be deeply troubling to every American. It's critical to our national self-interest and to peace and stability everywhere that we regain our moral stature in the world. For too many people, in and out of our country, power increasingly is perceived to be the primary or even the exclusive basis of American influence in the world. But that perception is wrong. Power is clearly important, and we must be prepared to use it when necessary. But it must always be deployed in a manner that is consistent with our ideals. For we must never forget that the United States was a great nation long before it was a great economic or military power. That's because of our ideals. And it is those ideals that have been and must continue to be the primary basis of American influence in the world. They're largely universal, not easily summarized, but surely they include the sovereignty of the people, the primacy of individual liberty, opportunity for every member of society, an independent judiciary, and the rule of law applied equally to every citizen and to the government itself. There is a constant tension between the preservation of order and the rights of the individual. It is difficult to find the right balance between collective security and individual liberty. But this problem is not unique to us or to our time. In the central scene in the great drama, A Man for All Seasons, Sir Thomas More is meeting with his family and with Roper, the hot-headed suitor of his daughter. Roper wants to arrest a man because he is, quote, a bad man and dangerous. When More declines to act on that basis, Roper charges, "So, now you give the devil the benefit of law." More answers, "Yes. What would you do? Cut a great road through the law to get at the devil?" Roper replies, "Yes. I'd cut down every law in England to do that." And Sir Thomas responds with a timeless definition of the rule of law. "And when the last law was down and the devil turned round on you, where would you hide? This country is planted thick with laws from coast to coast. man's laws, not God's. And if you cut them down, do you think you could stand upright in the winds that would blow then? Yes, I'd give the devil the benefit of the law for my own safety's sake. I repeat those last words, for my own safety's sake. The rule of law protects all of us, and we need it. In our own lifetime, we have seen how quickly a civilized, even a cultured society can descend into the abyss of lawlessness, a lawlessness which affected and degraded an entire people and plunged the world into the most destructive conflict in all of human history. In the final analysis, in our society and in all others, it is the rule of law which stands against that fateful descent. Most of us here tonight lead lives of relative ease, largely insulated from the harsh winds by our education, our resources, by the webs of friendship and influence we've woven over a lifetime. But if the responsibility of a lawyer means anything, surely it means that we must look beyond the comfortable confines of the oases of privilege in which we dwell to the lives of all the members of our society, especially those who do not share our privileges or our comforts. Equal Justice Works helps us to do that. Most people, especially those caught in conflicts, crave security and stability. If they are to be achieved, people need hope, and there can be no hope without opportunity. To a man without a job, to a woman who can't feed or care for her children, to a young adult lacking education and skill, discussions about the rule of law seem abstract, even irrelevant, as they worry about surviving another day. Democracy means the rule of the people. It is literally drawn from two Greek words, demos, the people, kratzi, the rule of. It must also mean opportunity and justice for all of the people. The 21st century may be, like so many in the past, a time of endless war, of famine and oppression, of widespread injustice. But it could be a time when the dominant power uses its strength carefully and commits its people, its power, and its prestige to a great and noble vision, a world largely at peace with the rule of law, freedom, education, opportunity, and prosperity extending to more and more people throughout the world. That's our challenge. We lawyers must work to make it our destiny. Thank you very much for the honor you do me this evening.